Actually catch Martins and Hauger out front. It's going to be an invasion.
You are in a game of cat and mouse. They really are feeling out. The team will be aware of what happened in the sprint last year with their driver now
At the top of the programme, it was Victor Martins saying you need to keep some tyres in them to come through the second sector as Iwasa brings in the dams.
They manually close the DRS. One Red Bull Junior driver, the championship a couple of years ago. That is a championship that he won in his... We've had 5 of them. Hauger trying to make it 6.
Almost breaking the DRS. Hauger moving away out front, the fastest lap of the race last time round. Martin.
So Yuma Iwasa. And there you go.
At the rear of a Formula 2 car. So I suspect that puff of smoke.
Be poised out front. Vesti and Behrman just looking after the tyres. Background. Alex, we've spoken about the track being resurfaced. The teams do have...
Seems to have maintained their kind of low energy feel to it, the track surface, taking the energy out of the sidewall of the tyre a little bit, but much hotter track conditions today. So
yeah, good way to describe it, because it was only 0.03 of a second faster.
Them went into management mode just in case there was a late safety car. All of a sudden, Vesti though, another 2/10, seems to be a bit better in that first sector. 90-degree lefts that make up the first sector. After that,
he's clear of both of them by a couple of tenths of a second. So these two will now... That's exactly what he did on his way to his first Formula 2 victory 12 months ago.
To the wind rather than trying to manage that situation with to deliver the laps, which shows they've both got tyre left. Chance you'll have Behrman on your gearbox as well.
It's looking for all the world like a four. Leclerc trying to make the move. The driver currently in 10th. Neither one of them scoring points at the moment. The same pace on the medium compound of tyre.
Dams for Leclerc, over 50 that it has been previously. It's that little bit of unsucceed the lead of the championship to Porsche at least.
And a feature can be a huge swing, F1 Grand Prix style. It was all far too well behaved out there. That will be a safe.
Looks like he's just got wide and high. We'll have a look at it. And
not out, but it surely will be.
It surely will be.
Safety car at the very least.
Yeah, well, they're still making their way through the...
Maybe it's a long lunch down there in race.
See, I think he's just going to get a little wide. It's already wide on the way in. Just into the outside...
Plan in the world. Very sorry, guys.
They will already be making plans as to which spares they'll need and make sure that that car is ready to rock and roll. Safety car out
now on the circuit. After a lot of the work,
recovery vehicle.
The drivers up to the brink, but it's not just Formula 2; it's Formula 1 as well.
Completed of the 21. There's also, I can see on the timing safety car speed. Let's see if they make laps or time on this one.
Alex, you were talking.
Most of the at the factory, so the driver can really train and for the restart. But especially here in Baku, because is very challenging, and
we've been bringing you some of the team personnel as well for a more complete picture.
Degree done their job at that point, at least from a team manager's perspective. So during the manager's role and making provision for the things which the driver brings to the series, they don't actually know what they need yet. Why would you? Year in, year out, they've seen the errors, they've accounted for the error. Car restart. Let's avoid that problem before we have it. Let's simulate it and figure.
Fastest driver out there before we had the safety car was Oliver Behrman, our feature race pole, checking in with the MP team, and it's an MP driver in the lead. Maloney puncher for Maloney, exit at turn 7 on the opening lap for sure. So he came back to retire. Roy Nissani has hit the wall at turn 15. That is the story.
Clearing that incident. So this one looks as though it will go the time around.
We've got lapped cars out there for the rule book and going through the procedure. That is confirmation of that.
They've popped a new suspension element basically on that and then sent that you can possibly take that you would get it. But if it's any good, he's gone no, I would imagine, and then put it in the pit.
We were waiting maybe for Maloney to
race as well. Just give him another look and another feel of it.
We had the fastest driver of the quartet in 4th position, closing in.
The big problem they got now is both Premers, I think, are likely to of this top four before we went to the safety car looked like
intriguingly poised at the moment. Mylander, and we are set for a grandstand finish around if he's going to take a second victory of the season.
Throttle application, and you've got to react so.
At the Azerbaijan Grand Prix in this one, we are going to see the green between Behrman. Oh, into the wall, massive crash, and that is extra stuff. We have gone from Hauger leading, battling against Martins, to Vespa. We're still racing, we're still under green.
They just had no brake performance.
Tested, and Behrman's got it on the racetrack for the moment. He had better
on his engine cover. Teo Pourchaire's down there as well, and Artel's in the wall, having climbed over the back of the MP Motorsport.
Doing further round the lap as well.
And
as well, Hauger spinning round, and Martins is parked on.
And it's both. Wow, both Hauger and Martins just
through Martins.
Oof.
So Hauger's going to clip the wall, so is Martins. Taruvla has nowhere to go.
No braking performance, and Hauger the same thing. They're going on ahead and have very similar levels of no grip. No, he's lost it.
And is doing locked up before even getting to the apex of the MP car, and then we all took a big gulp of air.
Bestie almost drops it in turn 4. He has exactly the same temperature for the load and for the weight. Until they're within, when you put your foot on the brake pedal, and quite literally nothing towards turn 1, especially when they're racing wheel to wheel.
The point, Isaac, just calm down, focus on your...
So this is Behrman's view of the crash. Oliver Behrman, what a shot that is. Losing it in the background on the way in. If it had gone red flag,
and then none at the rear, they both grab, and you actually loop the car.
Finding the wall and sending. We're on the final tour. We thought it was going to be slightly more dramatic than this. The actual final lap of the race position for Correa's third point scoring appearance from Kushmani, who's having wonderful starring roles throughout all.
At the end, but Oliver Behrman drove a brilliant race there in terms of his pace. Finds Martins parked in the wall and has a very nasty incident underneath another Formula 2 car through basically no fault of his own.
Themselves in the wall in the latter stages of a race at turn 1. Place finisher in Formula 3 last year in the championship, has had great pace. The laps are complete, and Oliver Behrman's late move. Superb stuff. Cool Schumacher impression from Silverstone in 1998. Behrman able to directly applaud him immediately.
Down at turn 1. But it does give the team at Prema quite incredible outcome with half the field out of the race.
We were in the race?
Mate, you won the race and you had fast.